We're asking again, not for money, but for a great man in the Wellington region. And here's why. Harrison is 8 years old. He has a dad who loves him to the sky and back and is a wonderful father. But Harrison's dad was made deaf and blind by meningitis. Many of the things he'd love to do with his boy, he simply can't. So we come to you tonight with a proposition. Can any of you spare some time to spend with Harrison, boy time, on behalf of Harrison's dad? Dan Parker with a very special and important request.
It's our day with Harrison today.
This was recorded in 2008 on a Thorn family holiday to Aoraki Mount Cook National Park.
Finally made it.
3-year-old Harrison and his dad were enjoying some quality time together while his mum is filming.
Uh-oh.
This short piece of video is terribly important to Harrison because just 4 days later, his dad was struck down by bacterial meningitis. After a total of 9 months in and out of hospital, Phil defied the odds and recovered enough to make it to his son's 4th birthday. But he returned a different man. Blind, deaf, and in a wheelchair.
Oh, hooray!
Phil can still speak though, and he communicates using manual sign language. His wife, Julia, acts as his translator, spelling out every letter of each word on his hand.
And that in my life change. My life changed dramatically when I entered a very dark and silent world. I can chat through my hand, but there's nothing like having a good conversation with somebody. Connecting personally with people, it's a biggie, and particularly my family. I miss that the most.
And that is why this family needs help.
Okay, I understand.
You see, while Phil is still recovering and adjusting, he doesn't want Harrison to miss out on the regular joys of boyhood.
The big buddy for me is somebody that can be a mentor, a good role model, somebody that can spend a few hours a week just hanging out with them, doing guy things, boy and bloke things together, going to the park, riding a bike together, just hanging out, chatting about life.
My Xbox 360, and I have some games, but it doesn't much work.
8-year-old Harrison also has a few hopes of his own.
What do you want your big buddy to be like?
Sporty. And a good one.
Just a nice person?
But the problem is Wellington has a shortage of worthy candidates making themselves known through the Big Buddy network.
There's a shortage of big buddies everywhere. So yeah, we need men to volunteer for us.
The network has so far helped close to 500 boys connect with mentors throughout the country. But Richard Aston says they need someone extra special to help the Thorns.
For the Thorn family, it's unusual because I think what we've got is an assistant father coming up here. I know he wants a buddy to do the active stuff with his boy that he can't do. So we're going to very respectfully look for a mentor that can not only be a classic big buddy mentor to that boy and go out and do the sporty stuff that that boy so wants to do, but be able to have a kind of a respectful relationship with the father as well, so they can work as a team, I guess.
How's it going, Harris? You gonna chat them?
Aston says a big buddy wouldn't interfere with the unique relationship between father and son.
I've learnt sign language and I sometimes type to him on the computer.
That computer converts Harrison's texts into Braille.
How did the interview go? Did it go good? Chatting with the guys?
This sort of contact has been hugely beneficial for imparting the theoretical lessons of life, and Phil is coming to terms with the fact that practical lessons will need to be taught by someone else.
He was quite emotional about that, and the loss of not being able to do that with his son when he was a good dad. Oh, he is a good dad, but he's just a little
Restricted?
restricted, yeah. And so, yeah, those things that he would love to have done with Harris, yeah, it's taken a bit to get his head around that.
Another sad reality for Phil is that he will never see the faces of his son, his daughter and his wife, or hear their voices again. He has only memories. But he is determined not to fall into a world of self-pity.
My life is slowly getting better as I learn and allow myself to grow and to develop. But communication is still a massive issue and still a big challenge and a big problem for us as a family. And hence we're looking to this big buddy as hopefully a way of helping, particularly with Harrison. It's pretty crazy.
And one day, Harrison will probably look back on the efforts his father went to raise him. Maybe then he'll also realise just how inspiring his father's story really is.
Dan Parker reporting. So little Harrison needs a big buddy. A wonderful person must be available to do that. They're in the Hutt Valley, but anyone in the Wellington region is obviously so welcome to be the boy mate that Harrison needs. After the break, Aaron Gilmore.